Okay, right about now. I mean, look at it! Unlimited power! Okay, I think the DPS should be insane now. Yep, pretty good. He just melts, dude. I think there was even an 18 million. That's pretty good. Definitely can. Okay, but now I need to get good. Well, first try. Lilith can be done very easily as well with this build. Like you just... Okay, he moved. Yeah, I can still reach him down there. Yep, zoom zoom. Hey everybody, it's Rob here. As you may have seen by the intro, we've been playing the Lightning Storm Tesla Druid, and this one is incredible. It's very good in single target, and it's insane in AoE because you just like hit your Lightning Storm and it literally hits the entire screen and kills all the monsters. So I want to talk you over the basics of the build. We're going to do like a Nightmare Dungeon, like 100 run here. You guys have seen a bunch of boss kills already, and then we're going to talk about Paragon boards, skill tree, and all that stuff. So the basic idea of the build is this Lightning Storm that got buffed this patch. We got the new gloves here that drop from the Beast in Ice. So if you're looking for those Beast in Ice, they're not that easy to get. I don't have a perfect pair here. I can still do a lot of upgrades and farming in general. Like my Druid gear is not the best here. Like I'm missing some rolls and stuff. And we recently just got the new Mad Wolf's Glee chest here that we've been trying around with as well. Like with this, I think our Lightning Storm in the end is going to hit like rank 16 already, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the build's like pretty simple, and it revolves just around Lightning Storm, basically killing everything. And we are using the pet companion version here with the Shepherd's multiplier in combination with the Stampede, and that's why we have the triple pets on the bar. But yeah, then we also have Tybot's Will and our Earthen Bulwark that makes us unstoppable. And we can reset this with our Symbiotic chest in combination with our Nature's Fury passive. So this is the way we get fortified, this is the way we get unstoppable to proc Tybot's Will, and this is also the way we get resources. You see here, if I press this button, it gives me resources because of Tybot's Will. And that's really insane. And we combine this all with the Starless Skyring. This one is pretty good for the build because it gives you a 1.4 multiplier, and it also gives you a bunch of resource cost reduction. So you see, we don't have a generator in this build. We just rely on our Lightning Storm, basically, and then our Bulwark, which, again, the cooldown can be resetted here with the Symbiotic Chest and the Nature's Fury Ultimate. And it's just a pretty cool combination in the end, which allows for some pretty crazy combinations. And I don't really have that great gear. Like my amulet here could be a lot better. You can also get movement speed here for the Gauntlet later with Mad Wolf, because this one has like the full AoE clear. It's gonna be a pretty cool build for that as well, I think. And we're stacking a bunch of close and distant, but more on that later. Yeah, I don't have my pots fully upgraded right now, but we can just like jump into a run here and see. Like you want to hit like the armor cap while you're in Werewolf, like 13k is what I have right now. And you can see it right away. Like it basically one-shots everything. And this is the hardest dungeon in the game, right? Like even with Blood Blisters here and stuff. It goes pretty smooth, let's say. Like we can just... So what you want to do is like stack up your Lightning Storm and then only tap the button. Like literally like only tap it. Because that's gonna reset. I can't see it here right now. You see, that's gonna reset your Earthen Bulwark here. Whenever it's on off cooldown and you like just tap your button, it's gonna reset it. But if you hold it, it's not resetting it. So holding is not good. You wanna like just tap your Lightning Storm every now and then, just to blast everything down, basically. That's how we rule. So yeah, tap, don't channel, basically. It'll be like pretty obvious here. And then right now we have, so you want to like channel at the start to get all your lightning bolts. You see now whenever I tap, there's like 5 bolts or something coming down from the sky. But if I don't stack it up, like if I let it run out, you just see like letting it run out. So basically you can just keep this up by just like tapping. But you need to channel it once at the very start. I'll show this to you here in a second. So here, if I just tap it now, like from the start, it's only doing 1 bolt, right? But if I channel it for a little longer, like 4 seconds or something, and then tap it, and keep this up here, basically, tap it before it runs out, you're gonna keep up all your buffs, and it's gonna be really insane. Oh, yeah, we have a conduit. I should have not taken that. We can chill for a sec. Yeah, conduit pylon. Obviously, we have a lot of shrine buff duration, and this might be really cool later on with the Aharian for the gauntlet. I was thinking, maybe it's gonna be pretty nice, especially when we have all the. Oh god, sorry. Especially when we have all the movement speed buffs, because like whenever we have a conduit, like we can, for example, just like equip our movement speed stuff, right? So that's pretty cool. Let me go the other side here now because we just used that conduit. It's pretty lame. I didn't meant to click it. So yeah, we start the fight again here by just channeling, and we stack up, and then boom, we just like one tap, and that's basically the build. Like you just one tap, the blister, one tap. As long as you have it stacked, you're gonna be completely fine, and you can just like keep hitting the button here, and it kills the entire screen basically. See, when there's a lot of monsters, you can use your ultimate. It stuns them. It also gives you like a bunch of multipliers basically for this, and you can use like other skills here, like trample or something on the ultimate button instead of petrify. But petrify gives you this cool multiplier, and it helps the build even more against single target. But like we can kill like 4-player Duriel and things like that very easy already. So now we will start the rotation again. We would hold down the button for a sec and then tap. I think I'm actually going into the wrong direction here. I gotta go like up here. Just tap the button again. And the beauty thing is Earthen Bulwark also gives us movement speed thanks to our boots here, where we get the unstoppable duration. And here, whenever we have a... Okay, it is actually perfect. So this is also one of the strongest builds for doing these kind of dungeon events, because now I can just stand here and just like keep tapping the bottom, and you see how crazy the resets are. So all I do is like I just keep tapping right click, and I just stand here in the middle, and everything will just die. And every now and then you can press your Earthen Bulwark. You don't even need the ultimate here. This is just like gonna destroy everything that spawns. Like you can just move your mouse and right click, tap. Yeah, that's for the blood blister. That one can actually kill ya. But you have infinite barrier. You have infinite fortify as well, because you just keep resetting your Earthen Bulwark, which is so insane. Oh, there you go. This is like how you do the curse well. It's the hardest tier, and you can literally just stand here and completely chill. I mean, I don't even have to press the bulwark. It helps because it also gives you more damage because you get unstoppable and stuff. But yeah, here we just do the entire dungeon, or the entire well here, and yeah, everything's dead, and there's all your loot right here. Like, you just stand there and you go like this. Unlimited power. You see here, like you just stand there like this. Zoom. It's a super cool build, man. Lots of fun, and obviously this is a Nightmare 900, so all this gear here is all 925, like all of them. 925, everything. Which is pretty cool. Okay, and then we get to the boss. And you've already seen it in the intro, like this is also a crazy boss killer, if you do it right. Okay, I didn't even do it right here. Like on this guy, you want to like rock around a bit. I didn't expect him to spawn that early. But what you usually want to do, and what I do on Duriel, I'm going to quickly... this way it surprised me a bit, like he spawned so fast while I was still talking. But what you usually want to do against Duriel is before he even spawns, you want to stack up your Lightning Storm, right? So you can like you can just tap, right? Like you stack it up. So like this, so whenever you tap, you have 4. And it also procs your Heightened Malice. You see here, now it's already gone. You need to time it right, and then when the boss spawns, you press your Petrify, you press your Petrify for the crit multiplier, you press your Ravens for the crit chance multiplier, and then you press your Earthen Bulwark to get back your resources. Let's say the boss would spawn right now. I would do this, and then Bulwark and Blast. And then the boss just immediately melts, basically. Immediately melts. And then, yeah, we're getting some glyphs up here. Okay, so that's basically the principle. Let's get into... some of the specifics. So first of all, we go over the entire gear. So we have Tempest Roar. What Tempest Roar does, it transforms our Storm skill into a Werewolf skill. This allows us to basically shapeshift and cast Lightning Storm, which is normally a human. It doesn't have the werewolf tag normally. So if this is gone, it's not a werewolf skill, right? So if I just cast Lightning Storm now, like nothing happens. My little lumberjack here, how do you rate this transmog, by the way? Let me know in the description. Just casts the stuff normally, right? But if I do it with Tempest Roar, he will transform into a wolf. And the wolf just gives us a bunch of multipliers. It gives us shapeshifting damage reduction, shapeshifting damage multipliers. That allows like us to access a whole other like sort of stats on the glyphs and on different variants of our gear. So Tempest Roar also helps you a lot with getting spirit. A lot of people ask me how I maintain my spirit. And the way you do it is you play Tempest Roar, which whenever you lucky hit, and Lightning has a decent lucky hit chance, 18% per strike. Whenever you and there's a lot of strikes. Whenever you lucky hit, you have a chance to gain spirit, and you also have it in your boons. Whenever you lucky hit, you have a 15% chance to restore 10 spirit as well. And then again, you also have the battery here from your Earthen Bulwark that you reset. Cooldown gets resetted, and then you have Talbot's Will to get those resources. So very easy to maintain. And right now, I even have resources cost reduction on my amulet. Ideally, I want movement speed. I just wasn't able to hit the roll yet. And if you have movement speed on the amulet, you can also consider spending 5 more Paragon points up here. That's why the board is set up like this for the Lust of Carnage. Because now with Tempest Roar, our Lightning Storm is a werewolf skill and also gives us 2 spirit on crit, which is pretty insane. So that's also an option, but that's why we definitely use Tempest Roar. You can also play a human version with like Harlequin's Crest or something, but I definitely recommend the Tempest Roar version. It's more tanky and also does more damage. Then we have the chest, and the chest you have many options. I chose the cooldown resets with Nature's Fury. You don't necessarily have to do this. On the Boss Killer version, for example, we are rocking Lupine Ferocity for the extra DPS. You've seen me, I actually, on the Boss Killer version, I'm gonna have both the planners in the description. On the Boss Killer version, we're actually hitting Duriel here for up to 18 million per tick. I've seen even like 20 million. But this is like basically, let me just go normal speed. Whenever you do the rotation right on the boss, like he just melts like this. And this is in a 4-player party. Like alone, this boss would have died right now. Like alone, the boss has 25% HP. So you'll be dead in like less than a second. And yeah, in a 4-player party, it also doesn't really take much longer, right? So this is like the kind of boss killing speed that you can expect with this. Because lots of people say this is like bad single target, but no, like it's insane single target. It's gonna melt every single target. But yeah, right now we're playing Nature's Fury. For the resets, it makes it more safe, more consistent. But you can also do is play Mad Wolf's Glee here. This one gives you another 3 ranks for your Lightning Storm and also gives you a bunch of movement speed, so you can actually move pretty fast like this. I actually don't know how much movement speed we're gonna have, but I think it's quite a lot. Because we also have the Ghost Walker here, which gives us another 25 and then 24 again. And then if you have the amulet, you should be capped, and that's most likely going to be the gauntlet setup because it's looking to be a lot about speed right there. Let me see here my movement speed. These are my stats, by the way. Like all res is maxed with the Paragon board. Crit chance is very important. If you have enough armor, like if I have a perfect roll on my chest and stuff, like on this one here, I would have had enough armor without armor elixir. Then you want to use crit chance elixir as well. Right now I'm using armor, but crit chance will be the best in the end if you have perfect gear, because it's going to give you about 70% crit chance, which is very, very good. So yeah, the chest armors, there's definitely some options. I wanted to check the movement speed. So right now we have 124. So when we put this and then we transform, okay, we have 158. And then with this, we have 171. So if we have another 26 on the amulet, we actually have max movement speed, which is going to be very nice. And what you want as well. Well, then we are playing the new bracers here, or gloves. Again, these ones are found at Beast and Ice. If you want a chest, you can farm. Usually Varshan is the best for this. Then Talbot's Will, this one drops from Duriel. Lots of uniques. Then we have the Ghost Walker here. You can also decide to put the Nature's Fury on the boots and then go with the Mad Wolf's chest anyways. Or even go with another chest, like if you like to have the armor chest, armor after evade is also an option. It's pretty cool to have many options. Then we are playing the Shepherds here on the weapon, and this is just the highest multiplier in the end, because we have 3 pets total. So you see here we have 3 wolves, we have 4 ravens, so that makes it 7. And then we have 1 poison creeper, makes it 8. And then we get another 1 additional companion from each. So I think we're rocking about 10 companions, which makes this 10 times 20%, right? We're getting 10 times 20% damage. So that means we're getting 200% damage from this. So that's actually a triple multiplier, right? We're getting 3 times damage just from this and this combination, which is the best you can do in 2 slots for this build. So you're tripling your damage with this. We're also stacking a bunch of close and distant damage. And we're doing this to... you might know it from the Barb. We have Blood Rage on Barb, and on Druid we have Thunderstruck. And this one basically behaves the same as Blood Rage on Barb. It gives you a bunch of damage, and it's a separate multiplier to everything else. Like close and distant already works for you. We're usually at distant because, you know, Lightning Storm has a pretty like long AoE. But on the boss, usually you want to be in melee range because you just have more multipliers against melee. You just want to be a bit careful to not die. But yeah, that's why we stack distant and close. And what you can also do if you want to try hard, I have a ring here, and you guys know the snapshot methods on the Barb. You could also snapshot your retaliation or a two-hander, but you can also just snapshot your ring. We will just simply switch out your Starless Sky ring against a close and distant ring, and you see here how the multiplier goes from what was it before, 52 or something, to 66. So this ring essentially gives me 10% damage, and we can, yeah, from 52, we get from 52, every time I open my inventory lags, from 52 to 66. So we're actually going from 1.66, oh, you can't see it, divided by 1.52. So we're actually gaining 9% damage by doing this snapshot here. And then we just simply switch back at the start of the run. But like, this is very tryhard, I don't think we will need it. But it also only takes like half a second, and people that have been snapshotting on the Barb might be like super used to it already. But yeah, this one basically is a 10% damage for free because it snapshots the close and distant on area entry. Yeah, so we have the Starless Sky. This one finally works with channeling skills. You can see here it's 12 per strike. But if we use our Lightning Storm, it goes down to 8. So this is also like one of the ways we keep our resources. Starless Sky is definitely the best in slot for this one. I like it a lot. There is also alternatives to keep your spirit, or you play with a generator if you don't have Starless Sky. But this build really starts shining with the Starless Sky. And then yeah, the Stampede we already talked about here. The stats close, distant as well, and maximum life. This one is also pretty cool now because you see here, this one is only 1,000 life, right? But if I take it off, I actually lose more than 2,000 life. Because it's now a separate multiplier with all your life percent nodes. And we have a lot in our Paragon. And then on the amulet here, we have retaliation. I don't have a good roll here. And you can also snapshot this on a two-hander. So it would give you another 1.6 multiplier total. It's a pretty good aspect in the end. There's also some people that play the this one here, the natural balance. This one is also kind of okay for extra crit damage and crit chance. But retaliation in the end, if you keep your fortify with your earthen bulwark, is a lot better. So that's pretty much the gear, guys. Resistance is super fine. You can just, I don't even know if I need 3 diamonds. Right now I'm using the potion anyways. But in the end, you can min-max, and you can probably get away with 1 or 2 skulls in here. And then you can get to the 13.2 armor cap without drinking your armor potion. And then you can drink a crit chance potion, because crit chance triggers a lot of things. For example, on the Boons here, it triggers the energize for more spirit. So on the Boons here we play... Oh, actually I have the wrong one here. I mean, you can play maximum spirit, but usually you want to take damage reduction from elites here. Then we have crit chance and crit damage. You can also take life if you want to be defensive, but this crit damage here is also multiplicative, so it's really good. It's basically like a full stacked rank 6 in Venom, which by the way we play as well. I only have 2 ranks 2 in Venom on my amulet, but yeah. And Venom is a separate multiplier to your crit. I think they even updated the tooltip. Then we play Energize, and we play Overload here. You can also play Healing. Generally for most people I think Healing is the best. Like, this is just a minor DPS increase. But yeah, this also is Healing on Lucky Hit, which helps you a lot. Then we have the skill tree. Here we just take 2 points to unlock the next section. We don't use any of this. Full lightning storm with another lightning strike, and then wild impulses here. We are also rocking the movement speed, and we are rocking the crit chance against close enemies. This is also one of the reasons why, at least against bosses, you want to be like close up in melee. Then we're rocking Earthen Bulwark here. Fortify, Unstoppable. Pretty insane. Ancestral Fortitude, if you have enough res, actually let me see if I take one off. I might still be kept or almost kept. Yeah, I'm still kept. So I can definitely get 1 skull in here already. So I'm pretty close to be able to not drink the armor potion. But yeah, you want to max this and rather add a couple skulls to get your armor. So there's still a lot to min-max on this druid. Like I'm pretty good. Like the guide's pretty good, but like I definitely need some better gear. Like my chest kind of sucks, my amulet kind of sucks. Like there's definitely a lot of room here to improve before the gauntlet starts and stuff. But this is already super strong, super solid. And let's talk about the rest of the skill tree. So we have 3 points here, 3 points here for defense. Then we want the pets. We just need 1 point. We don't have Shaco, so we just need to put hard points in here. And on ravens, you need the upgrade, so you get the 2 additional ravens. And then you are maxing nature's reach here, distant enemies. And you are basically slowing them. You're slowing everything with neurotoxin, which whenever you poison enemies, which you do automatically whenever you crit with werewolf skills, with toxic claws. So you're critting. We have like 70% crit chance with crit elixir. We're critting, then they're getting poisoned, and whenever they are poisoned, they are slowed. So this triple bonus here, this double bonus always procs, so this is 80% damage. The only exception is bosses. That's why on bosses you want to be in melee range to get your close damage, and there's also in the Paragon notes a lot of stuff against close. We're also playing territorial. Then we have Envenom here. Unfortunately, I only have 5 ranks. You can have 6 if you have a better amulet than me. Defiance here, more damage to elites. This one is also buffed by your gloves. More DPS here, nature magic, and again it has the nature magic tag right here. So this one is pretty cool. And yeah, if you want more healing, you can put more points in Circle of Life, but don't think I need it. Quick shift here, you transform whenever you cast your Bulwark. So you see, usually we are blasting like this, but then whenever we press Bulwark, like you see all the buffs here from the shapeshifting are getting active, because we are transforming whenever we cast Bulwark, or even our ultimate, we are transforming into human. So there's a lot of human stuff going on. If you don't like playing the Petrify here, the ultimate, you can also play Trample. This is another source of Unstoppable. It could help us in speedruns, and it also gives you more Fortify. So that's pretty cool as well. So yeah, then we have Quick Shift and Heightened Senses for damage reduction, and then we are playing Nature's Fury. Again, on the boss killer build, if you're just killing Duriel with this build, I would play this one, because you don't really like, the fight is over in 1 second, so you don't need Nature's Fury, you're not gonna get any resets. So just play the Lupine Ferocity and equip the Mad Wolf's Glee chest for more DPS. I have the boss killer version here. There's not many difference. There's some stuff in the Paragon, but like in the general scheme of things, like you're literally only switching your chest armor to Mad Wolves. And again, you can also play Mad Wolves in the Nightmare Dungeons and in the open world if you want, because it just gives you more movement speed. And we want to be quick, right? Like the game is pretty easy, so having a lot of movement speed helps a lot. But yeah, that's the Spirit Boons, that's the skills. Then let's come to the Paragon. This one is, there's a lot of options here. So right off the bat, we rather take defense than offense. If you have enough points, you can also spec into here, because it's pretty good, life and damage. And contrary to Barb, additive damage actually helps here, because you don't have as much overpower. But it's still pretty good. But yeah, we're rocking Spirit here, and again, this one is pretty beefed out here on the dexterity notes, because we're getting a lot of crit damage from this. And our crit damage is multiplied by our boon and by our envenom. So this one is pretty insane. And also gives you a multiplier, basically, whenever we crit. And we have a lot of frequent small hits. Like, we're hitting for 10 million, like 3 times a second, basically, right? So it's pretty crazy like that. Then we have the Keeper here, gives you a 10% X, and also gives you a nice multiplier here for some extra armor and stuff like that. Then up here we just spec into Nimble. On the right side here we have the Heightened Malice again, Thunderstruck, and this one again can snapshot. We don't play Heightened Malice like the Paragon that gives you damage from... do I even have it? Yeah, up here. The Paragon gives you damage to poisoned enemies. If you just want to be AoE clear and you never fight in a single target, this one is your best bet, because again we are poisoning and poisoning everything with Toxic Claws by just critting with wolf skills, so this would be a 50% damage buff. But we mostly need single target damage, and even there we are pretty good. But if you feel like for whatever reason you need more AoE, you can spec into this one. But we don't really need it, because we have like Thunderstruck, and this one is already giving us 50% X, 66% X if you are snapshotting it. We have Fulminate here, we're playing Lightning, so this one is very good against healthy enemies, and usually we are one-shotting everything, or like at least two-shotting it, so damage against healthy is pretty good, and lightning damage helps us in general as well. We have some crit damage multipliers here. That's why we also play an axe, because healthy damage, we just do one zap and the enemy might be dead, or it should be dead, most of them. So that one's pretty good. Then here in the Constructing Tendrils board, we are just rocking Territorial. Territorial you can also snapshot, and Territorial, you see, is a multiplier to Thunderstruck. So if I were to, let's say, want to increase this further, I could put 2 more points here. And then you see, boom, it goes up by 2%, right? And you can do the same with the snapshotting stuff. Like you can basically just put all the points and then remove them, but it is very tryhard and you don't need it. You can probably get up to like 1.75, like 75% X damage from Thunderstruck. If you like fully snapshot Territorial, you juice it all. But again, it's not really needed for this. And then you have a bunch of life nodes here, pretty cool. You can also remove these life nodes if you feel like pretty tanky and get more damage. Like you can remove these here, and then remove this one here and get spec into Prime, basically, if you want. That's just one of the options. But I recommend it like this, it's more mixed. Then we have the next one here, Ancestral Guidance. When we spend Spirit, we get another 1.3x. This one is very easy to trigger, we spend a lot of Spirit. And then we have a bunch of like Spirit on kill and stuff. This further helps with our resource management. Here we have Fang and Claw, very like optimal. While in Werewolf or Werebear form, we get 1.12 against close enemies. This one is really cool, helps a lot. It also gives a bonus here to the magic nodes. I should actually put these in here right now. Forgot that I didn't have this one skilled. There's just a bunch of like things to swap around everywhere, basically. Many options. And then up here, I'm playing Exploit. This is how I make things vulnerable, at the start at least. You don't have to do this. You can also rely on your pet, which this is the setup here right now. So your pet can go with breaking support on Tempest. I was actually doing this here, so this is not 100% the correct setup. So if you're playing breaking support, what you can do is you're putting, instead of Exploit, which makes everything vulnerable, but your pet can make stuff vulnerable. So then you can put Werewolf here, and that allows for some more efficient pathing. Yeah, I think it's this. I see, and then you only need like 4 points to go up here. Actually, like, so we only need 3 more points. And you can get up here if you want. So that's also a very cool option here to put Werewolf. I think in the end, I always like the offensive setup because, yeah, like what would you need? What do you need toughness for? Like if you're just killing everything, right? So we're going back to Exploit. I just like it to be super consistent. But again, with your pet, it's pretty good as well. Probably for most people, the Werewolf one, because it gives you damage reduction, is going to be better. But I just like to play a more offensive build and rather like, you know, sometimes like dodge something. But yeah, if you want to play a build and you don't want to die at all. Oh yeah, there we go. And you don't want to die at all, you can just stay like this. And if you need more res, you can also get this res point here because it's multiplied, so you can get another 3.7 res. But yeah, that's pretty much the Paragon. Lots of options here as well, but that's always cool to have multiple options. I have like the board like the way I mostly played it, or I think it's like good on average right here. But again, you can do a lot of modifications to this. According to, like, you know, if you want the life nodes or not, if you want damage, just lots of options basically. I just think like the legendary nodes, especially Thunderstruck and Heightened Malice and Ancestral Guidance are really good. Heightened Malice is an option, and also if you're lacking resource or if you don't have Starless Sky yet, Lust for Carnage is also an option. But yeah, and then on the pets, like we're rocking the Flash of Adrenaline. This is the crazy buff. I don't have Genesis right now, so cooldown reduction and tactical support. Still need to farm this one, and Evernight is also pretty cool on Tempest. And then efficiency for an extra crit chance. So this is actually going to put us from 70. I think we have. So right now we have like 60%. We have 56, and then we get another 15, and another 15 from the elixir, and another 15 from the pets. So we're actually rocking 86% crit chance if we want. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's basically the options, and yeah, efficiency is insanely good, and resources helps you a lot as well if you're struggling. But yeah, breaking is also good for the vulnerable stuff. Whichever one you want. Like, I have the planner, like what I recommend, but again, it really depends on your playstyle, and I like to play very offensively. You can also play a lot more defensively. That's completely up to you. But yeah, that's the Druid, guys. I hope you enjoyed this overview and this build guide. I'll probably do a Shred Druid next. I'll see, maybe Tornado also looks pretty cool next days. We'll see. But this Lightning Druid, like, you can do everything, man. You can easy do Nightmare Dungeons. You can easy kill any boss you want, like Duriel, even in a 4-man party, like dies in like 2 seconds, less than 2 seconds, if you have decent gear. And yeah, it's a pretty cool build, and it gets all the style, man. Like, it has the infinite energy, supercharged, and unlimited power. Hope you guys enjoyed this overview, my friends. Take care. GG. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.